Hi guys, welcome to Hoops Junction. Today we're doing according to Vlad, first round playoff style. Number one, we got to get this out of the way. The Golden State Warriors losing Stephen Curry for 2 weeks in the middle of a playoff push is not good news for them. I think they're a really great team, but I think Curry adds that extra dimension that, that makes them unguardable, that makes them the best team, 73-9 team. Without Curry, I don't think they could go really deep into the playoffs. I don't think they could beat the Clippers without Stephen Curry because of the simple fact that Stephen Curry gives Chris Paul fits. Now you're gonna have Chris Paul running amok, dancing all over Curry. Dancing all over Livingston, making them look silly. Lob City is about to come to Golden State. Only thing that Golden State has going for them is they have a superior ball movement and their defense is much better. But I don't think Chris Paul is going to look at the moment and say, I wish Curry's here. I think he's going to say, yes, this is easier for me and let's go. So I think that teams are going to take it to Golden State extremely hard. And I don't think that the 2 weeks is going to really help. I don't think that they're going to band together like that because of the simple fact that Klay Thompson is a bit inconsistent at times. And they just don't have that added element. That's like asking the Cleveland Cavaliers to go to the Eastern Conference Finals without LeBron James. It's difficult. It's a difficult task. I don't see that happening. I mean, 2 weeks, maybe they could steal a couple games in LA, and maybe some mistakes will be made. But even then, you gotta play the Spurs, and if Curry comes back, maybe Game 3 against the Spurs, I don't think that's gonna be really good. So according to Vlad, that's just a bad move. I wish him the best. I hope he recovers quicker than 2 weeks and, see him back on the floor because, honestly, that's what I want to talk about. And it comes to the intensity of the playoffs and the quality of play that's been playing in the playoffs. According to Vlad, the first round has been kind of dull in the playoffs. Besides, the last couple of games, a couple of series are kind of evened up now between Miami Heat and Charlotte Hornets, the Indiana Pacers, and the Toronto Raptors are tied up, but it's not necessarily really great games being played down to the wire stuff. I think it's just been a series of blowouts followed by one close game followed by another blowout. It's just kind of odd. It's sometimes the teams show up and then sometimes they don't. I feel like in the first round, a lot of teams, they just kind of going through the motions, trying to find their offense. This is not the time where you try to find anything. This is the time where you go. Everybody's 100%, hands on deck, let's go. Cleveland Cavaliers got it. They swept their first round. But even watching that series, besides the first game, it was very dull. You knew what was going to happen with Detroit. Started playing hero ball. They did not step up their game. They did not participate in any ball movement. It was very difficult to watch at times. It was just even when the game was close, you just kind of knew in the back of your mind that the team is going to make a mistake and get swept. It's another thing, for the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies tried their hardest against the Spurs. But, they had nobody. They were completely depleted. My friend said something funny. He said they should have just forfeited their spot because it wasn't like they're going to win anyway. Maybe let Utah play. But, maybe that's another clause. Maybe they could allow that in the game. But I doubt it. But that being said, a lot of the games have been, just crazy blowouts. Even, the other day the Rockets got blown out. When Stephen Curry went down with the injury. That's not playoff basketball. They gave up 21 threes, giving up the record for threes. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Even Dallas. Dallas got blown out by 34 the first game. They won the second game. Then OKC blew them out again. And then it's just it boggles my mind how these teams are in the playoffs. And they just play so sporadically. I know they're battling, but just by the excitement in the crowd and what you're watching, you don't get that kind of idea. With the Miami series, you didn't get the idea they were battling, and then now they tied the series, so now it feels like it. Toronto series, they definitely ain't battling. It's just kind of inconsistent play between both teams. So I'm thinking down the stretch as these games play out, a couple of series are tied, that things are gonna pick up more. Especially with the Clippers and the Trailblazers, that's going to pick up. Everything's going to start picking up. I think the Rockets are going to try to pick up and, try to pull a magical rabbit out the hat down 3-1. But you know what I'm saying. So we'll see what goes on from there. But so far, according to Vlad, the playoffs we need some better games. We need more games down to the wire. We haven't really seen that. And that's what we're accustomed to in NBA playoffs. We're accustomed to some crazy games, crazy moments. Last year, I think it was this East Coast semifinals, LeBron hitting game-winning shot. They had that crazy series against Boston. Like, all the series were crazy and, winning games and stuff. The Cavaliers swept Boston, but they were playing some tight games down the stretch. And the Pistons just didn't bring that emotion, that fire, that enthusiasm they needed. So maybe next round we're going to get that. And another great series, too, is the Hawks and the Boston Celtics. And I didn't really think I was going to really get into that series. And Paul Millsap brought it. The Boston Celtics, they've been winning games at home. And the Atlanta Hawks winning games at home. So a lot of these games, now that the series is tied, now we're starting to see what teams are made of. So hopefully it'll pick up. Let's go. Let's pick this stuff up, man. And the West is pretty much open for San Antonio. According to Vlad, West is open for San Antonio, OKC, and the Clippers, I guess, because I don't think Golden State can compete without Stephen Curry. So right now, San Antonio's the front runner. Let's see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction, where Hoops meets Hoopla. Peace.